the moon.
The left has chosen a new leader. Just hours ago, Minnesota Democrat Ken Martin was picked to lead the embattled party. We learned a lot about him during their forum this week, including that he believes Trump won the election due to racism and misogyny.
I have a show of hands. How many of you believe that racism and misogyny played a role in Vice President Harris's defeat? Okay. So that's good. You all passed.
Well, he certainly fits in with the party because racism and sexism are two of their favorite words to describe the GOP, that is.
To call people illegal is, in and of itself, I think, xenophobic and racist.
I mean, it's blatant race bias. I want Greenland, which is mostly white.
American voter wanted to take their country back. There are levels of sexism and racism that clearly a lot of people in this country are willing to tolerate.
So many of the people who were in D.C. for the inauguration were sort of bound by this desire to be unfettered in what they're saying. And there are people who are saying, now I can say the F word, the slur, and the R word.
So apparently everyone is racist except the holier-than-thou left. But Americans might not be buying it. Some have noticed that the Democrats might actually be the racist ones. Take a listen to the ever-woke MSNBC this week.
And a majority of white people voted for this. This is the disgusting version of America that people want. And oh, by the way, eggs are still more expensive. So you didn't even get that. Great job, white folks.
And where there's racism, there's sexism. Take The View's latest rant on Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
The only thing more blatantly misogynistic than this would be to slam women as a whole. But Democrats can't be sexist, right? Let's listen to some groundbreaking journalistic analysis from CNN.
I can't wait until American women can't get blueberries for their smoothies. I cannot wait until there is a full crackdown on all small business.
Nicole, what's your reaction to that? I mean, we're in here, we're watching this. We've been able to read it in advance of what everybody just got to see. But I find what they're saying to be so racist and misogynistic in itself.
Well, and listening to her talk about white women getting the blueberries, I mean, it reminded me of like an Andy Cohen New Year's Eve special, the way she was talking. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Listening to some of that commentary, to actually say he wants Greenland because it's mostly white people is astoundingly ignorant. I mean, it is so obvious, you know, to take Greenland and its position when it comes to our defenses against Russia and Asia. And so to always point to sexism, to always point to racism, that is why they lost. They lost the American people the last 4 years, and they will continue to lose. It's always, it has to be there. It has to be them. It has to be them. They cannot look in the mirror and see that it is on them. I did not vote for Kamala Harris, not because I'm misogynistic, because she was a terrible candidate. I didn't like anything she did in the past. I had no idea what she stood for in the future. She was a terrible candidate.
Caroline Leavitt is doing a spectacular job. She has been an amazing spokesperson.
Right. Her very first press briefing and then the one that she had later. I mean, I was sitting in Denver and was just wrapped, just continued to watch her. No notebook.
Yeah, she didn't have a binder.
No binder, no notes. Everything was up here. And she handled everything so smoothly. She handled a very challenging press corps. I thought it was terrible what they said about her.
How sexist of them to attack her for her looks. I mean, what does that say? It says so much more about them than it does her.
Amen to that.
For the second block in a row, I'm going to end on a positive note. Positivity pyro over here. If literally the new head of the DNC, who was elected today, still thinks that misogyny and racism is the reason that the Democrats lost on November 5th, that is amazing news for the Republican Party, because it shows they're not going to change their strategy and fix the mistakes that got them to November 5th. So 2026 is looking great if that guy keeps up with the race and misogynistic excuse.
And let's remember, President Trump got a good portion of the black and Hispanic vote. Okay?
He grew every segment of the party. And you know what? Ken Martin, Minnesota, it's now you got the mantle. You got it, buddy. So good luck. If that's where you're going, to Todd's point, good luck. Coming up, America's favorite furry forecaster could be getting axed from his job. What's this all about? Stay with us.
Be my girlfriend.